Bailey? I'm about to get on the plane.
Hey, Trent. I hope you have a safe flight, sweetie. I just arrived at my sister's place.
I'm glad you got there safely. But, I gotta say, I really am sorry about how the timing ended up working out here. I never thought things would go down this way. Can you believe I'm leaving my 7-month-old pregnant wife to go on an overseas business trip? I'm really sorry, honey.
What choice did you have? Your company needed you to be on that plane, so it can't be helped. You don't need to apologize for being a hard worker, Trent. Besides, it was always decided from the get-go that I'd be having the birth at my sister's place while she looks after me. The business trip itself is only going to last like 5 days, right? I think you'll be surprised at how fast it flies by. It'll be over in a jiffy.
I guess you're right. If these business talks go well, I'll finally be able to get the ball rolling on expanding my business overseas. Complaining won't do me any good. So I'll do what I can to see to it these talks go by as swiftly as possible, so I can get back home to be with my heavily pregnant wife.
Woohoo! That's the spirit. Anyway, don't you have a plane to catch soon?
Holy pork-fried Jesus balls, you're right! Alright, I'm going to switch my phone off, but I'll turn it back on again and let you know when I land.
Great. Safe flight, babe. Hey, Trent. Can you believe it's been 10 whole years? It's me, your sweet love muffin, Angelica. I found your name by chance online when I looked you up out of boredom. Isn't the internet crazy? I couldn't believe it when I saw all those special feature articles on you. My jaw almost hit the floor. You really did make good on the promise you made me back then, huh? All right, Sugar Pumpkin, let's get married. Where are you living these days? I don't know your address, so I decided I'm going to treat you to a nice little surprise by coming to see you at your company HQ. You know, the company where you work as the CEO. Hope you don't mind, sweetie, but I found the address online. Tell the girls at the reception desk that your future wife is on her way so they don't get a shock when I turn up. Okay, babe. See you soon. Trent, are you for real? You got married already? Is this some kind of a sick joke? When I turned up at your company, I told the receptionist I was the future wife of the CEO and tried to get her to take me to your office. She just said, "You're not the CEO's wife," and gave me the coldest look anyone's ever given me. Ugh, the rudeness of some people. I was so shocked it took me a few minutes to get my bearings back. When I did, I started doing some digging on social media from the car park, you know, on our old classmates' pages, our seniors' pages, and our teachers' pages. And when I did, I found out you got married to that goddamn loser Bailey. I mean, geez, Trent. I always knew you were a gloomy loser with no redeeming features other than your impressively high grades back then, but I still can't believe you'd marry someone like Bailey, who seemingly defied the laws of nature by somehow being lower down the school pecking order than you were. Oh, is that it? Did you become convinced the only kinds of girls you were a good match for were the gloomy goth girls with breath like garbage disposal centers and worse hygiene routines than cave trolls after I, the most popular girl in school, broke up with you? Oopsie. Well, I guess this is technically my fault then. But, on the bright side, baby, if you marry me instead, you can finally break free of your trauma and move on. Okay, it's officially decided. You're divorcing Bailey. After that, me and you are gonna get back together and remarry. Make sure you tell Bailey what's happening, okay? Bailey, it's been 10 years. It's me, Angelica. Is now a good time? I need to talk to you about something. Huh? Angelica? Oh, that is weird. I thought I deleted your number, but it still displays your name. What? You deleted me? Well, it has been 10 years. Besides, to be honest, I didn't think we'd ever be speaking again. I'm really surprised you're messaging me, actually. Whatevs. I guess I'm chill with that. Anyway, if we got into that, we'd get distracted from the real reason I reached out to you today, so I'm willing to let it slide. Did you want something? I need you to break up with Trent immediately. Excuse me? Me and him decided to get back together. Wait, you did what now? Oh, come on. I won't let you pretend you don't know about our relationship. Well, sure, I know you and Trent were dating at one point, but that was just for a month while you were back in high school, right? There's no way he'd take you back after the way you dumped him. I didn't even know who you were back then, but the whole school heard about how you said all those awful things to him before dumping him in front of his friends. About that. It turns out Trent remembered everything I said to him back then. Then he used my harsh words as motivation to improve himself for the better, worked super hard for 10 years, and finally became a high-spec winner worthy of my hand in marriage. Isn't that romantic? This only proves his heart is overflowing with pure, boundless love for me and no one else. This is usually the kind of thing that only happens in the movies, which should tell you just how serious he is about winning me. That's why I decided to give him another chance, so we're getting back together. Which means... Sorry, babe, but you're nothing but an obstacle in the way of our path to happiness now. So, would you mind, doing us both a favor and pulling a vanishing act? Okay, thanks. How long have you and Trent been messaging? Since this morning. Wait, what? So, only for a few hours? Well, sure, I guess, but time is no obstacle for a romance like ours. We met up for a sweaty lovemaking session to consummate the flame of our passion straight away. I promised I'd marry him one day if he ever made $750,000 a year. A 10-year gap might sound like a long time, but love like ours wouldn't disappear just because we didn't see each other for a while. Do you understand? Now listen carefully. This is a direct order. Hurry up and break up with him. Do it now.
Bailey, are you okay?
Trent, hey, I'm okay. Your flight landed safely then?
Yep, and I just turned my phone back on.
This is about Angelica, right? She messaged me too.
You serious?
Yep, dead serious. She told me to break up with you.
Why would she be doing this after all this time?
She said she's willing to give you another chance after realizing you remembered what she said back when she broke up with you in high school. She seems to think the reason you've been working so hard these last 10 years was to win her back.
What?
She said she met up with you today and had... Well, let's just say she's claiming you guys had an encounter of the intimate variety. She said she promised she'd marry you if you could prove yourself to her by making $750,000 a year.
She said what now? Like hell we did that. I've been on an international flight all day. What the hell? How does she suppose I met her, despite it literally being physically impossible? I didn't even respond to her messages.
It's fine, relax, Trent. I know you didn't do anything. She's just lying to try and get me angry enough to divorce you, right?
Of course. Yep, you're right. That's gotta be it.
But what does she mean with this $750,000 thing?
That? I think she's talking about what she said when she broke up with me. She said if I ever became successful enough to make $750K a year, she'd marry me. But she was only doing it to mock me. There's no way a loser like you could ever make $750K a year. Was the last thing she said to me.
She said that to you? Jeez, I've heard of people getting it wrong before, but a miscalculation of those proportions? She doesn't know you at all. God, that dumb hoe. You wait till I get my hands on her.
Thanks for getting mad and defending my honor, babe. But you should be careful. Getting all worked up like that could have a negative influence on the baby. So, please relax, okay?
Oh, good point. You're right. Okay, I'll be careful. But she seems to think you fulfilled this promise you made to her. Why would she think you make $750,000?
I have a sneaking suspicion. I think I know what she's talking about. Listen, Bailey. We don't want any of this stuff with my psycho ex-girlfriend having a bad influence on the baby. So, I want you to ignore all of her messages, okay? Actually, scratch that. Just go ahead and block her.
Are you sure?
You're staying with your sister out of state right now. So it's not like there's any risk of her barging her way in and making a scene or anything. I have to put this inexplicable rampage of hers to an end. Leave this one to me.
All right, got it. Don't overdo it yourself, Trent. You still have the company to think about. Hey! I finally found out where you live, so I went out of my way to drive all the way down there so you could have the privilege of living with me. Only to find you frickin' moved? What the hell do you think you're playing at here, Trent? And why are you ignoring me? Isn't that a little horrible?
It's been a while, Angelica. Good timing. I'm glad you're messaging me now, actually.
Huh?
When you say you found my address, do you mean the apartment by the underpass in Garlic Heights in Westglade City?
Yes, I do. Why would you move without saying a word to me? You are despicable, and this is so not acceptable. I banged on the door and rang the buzzer until some old dude from next door came out and went crazy at me for being noisy. All of the neighbors came out and started staring at me because of the racket he was making. Talk about public humiliation. Do you have any idea how much you've embarrassed me? Why would you move all of a sudden without telling me? This is downright wrong. Go on, I'm waiting. I need an explanation. Right now.
All of a sudden? I moved 3 months ago.
Huh?
Besides, what obligation did I ever have to keep you up to date with my private affairs in the first place?
But how can you be serious about wanting to marry me if you can't even message me properly? The only reason you followed through on your promise to me to become a high-rolling stud muffin on $750K a year was so you could have my hand in marriage, right?
No. I don't make $750K a year.
Huh?
If, by any chance, did you confuse my salary with my company's annual turnover?
Annual turnover? What does that mean?
Based on your first few messages, it seems you found out everything you know about my current situation through a few articles on the internet. There's nothing in any of the articles about my salary, but one of them does include my company's annual turnover from last year. And it just so happens it was $750,000.
Annual turnover?
Yes, it means the company's total revenue for the whole year. None of the articles say anything about my salary. Which means, I'm guessing you just saw the $750K figure, mistook it for my salary, then let your fantasy spiral out of control before spamming me and my wife with a slew of unhinged, delusional messages.
Huh?
Why don't you try taking another look at the articles you read?
You mean you don't make $750K a year? But what about your promise to me?
Promise? Are you actually insane? I don't want us to get back together. And I never promised you anything.
Oh my god, what the hell?
So, yeah. I don't make $750K a year. Since pocketing my company's entire annual revenue would kind of be illegal. The company's still small, so me personally, I don't actually make that much at all. Not even close.
What? No way. But I need you to make that much. I'll be in serious trouble if you don't.
Why will you?
Because.
Let me guess. Because you can't pay off your debts. Forgive me for doing this behind your back, but you kinda left me no choice. I had an old classmate do some digging on you to see if we couldn't figure out why you'd showed up out of the blue, acting so crazy after we hadn't spoken for 10 years.
Huh?
First, there's the debt you owe the male strippers for your regular champagne-fueled visits to that shady club on 5th Street. Then, there's the compensation you owe your husband, who you divorced 3 days ago, for cheating on him 3 times across a span of 8 years behind his back, with the gardener, the electrician, and the pizza delivery guy. Then finally, to top it all off, there's the debt you originally owed to one of your relatives.
Ugh. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap!
Yeah, I guess it makes sense you'd be panicking like hell right about now. The way I see it, your little scheme here had 2 aims. First, you wanted to bag yourself a rich guy to pay off all of your debts and get you out of the huge mess you'd gotten yourself into. Second, in doing so, you wanted to secure yourself a life of riches and luxury and never have to lift a finger again for the rest of your life.
But how do you know all of this?
Do you really not know what our classmate's nickname for you was?
Huh? Nickname?
The gold-digging bimbo.
What?
You even went as far as contacting my wife, making up some pile of crap story about how we met up and got it on in an effort to try and make her divorce me. You're so cursed. My life is sure to take a turn for the worst if I allow you to have any part in it. So, please, leave us alone and never attempt to contact either of us again.
No way, oh, this can't be happening. Wait! I'll really be in trouble, I mean it. My mom and dad disowned me, so I can't even go back to live with them. Please, Trent, I have nowhere to go. I'm gonna be homeless.
God, you're so annoying.
Huh?
You left me no choice. You, Miss Gold Digger, are about to get blocked. Boom.
Oh my god, Trent, don't call me that. Hang on a sec. Did you actually block me? No! I just told you I'm gonna be homeless, for crying out loud. Do you have no heart?
Angelica, while saying she had nowhere to go, showed up at my parents' house and tried to barge her way in. Fortunately, they didn't live there anymore, having moved away months ago. The house was empty now, and it was through their old crazy neighbor that we heard about the distressed crazy lady seen being taken away in the back of a cop car. Next, she went to my wife's Bailey's parents' house. Apparently, she lived in the same neighborhood as Bailey back in high school. So, relying on that old memory, She made her way to where she thought my wife's parents lived. In another hilarious twist of fate, she got it wrong again and ended up at a total stranger's house. After banging on the door in a frenzy like a escaped mental patient, she demanded that the poor, confused man, who had simply been trying to eat his Fruit Loops in peace, immediately bring out Bailey. Needless to say, he called the cops, and she was taken away in the back of a black and white car with sirens on it once more. This time, the cops involved her parents, but since they hadn't changed their minds about disowning her, apparently she ended up getting dropped off at an acquaintance's restaurant. I don't know what kind of work she does there, but rumor has it that the restaurant is actually a front for an illegal night business involving scantily clad women and poles. And apparently, strange, dangerous-looking men can be seen frequently in the place until the early hours of the morning. Last I heard, she's at her physical and mental breaking point. And her life now solely consists of working ungodly hours for less than minimum wage, like a soulless robot to dig her way out of the hopelessly large mountain of debt she's in.
Lucy, are you there?
Yes, good morning, Jane.
What are you up to?
I am stepping out in an hour to see the cake vendor. I also have a meeting with the wedding planner later this evening.
You seem pretty busy.
Well, just a bit, but I can't be too busy that I won't have time for you. What's up?
Nothing much. The wedding day is almost here. Just checking in to know how you feel. Nervous? Excited?
I am over the moon. I love your son so much, and he treats me like a queen. I believe such a miracle happens only once in a lifetime. I am actually having the time of my life.
Of course, I can see that. It feels like you won a lottery, yeah? That's how people feel when they don't work hard to get something.
Lottery? That sounds a bit sarcastic. Forgive me if I'm wrong.
What if you are not?
You seem cranky. Is there a problem?
Should there be a problem?
Something just feels off. Did I do something wrong? Or was it something I said?
Is this some sort of interrogation?
It's not, Jane. I just want to know what is going on, that's all.
Your senseless questions are getting on my nerves. That's what is going on.
OMG, where is all this coming from?
Another question? Yeah, I knew it. You are just as stubborn as I thought.
I didn't mean to upset you. My apologies. Jane? Babe? Babe, talk to me.
Hey, sweetie, sorry for the delay. I didn't have my phone. What's up? Did something come up with wedding arrangements?
Nothing is wrong on that end, but there is actually a bigger problem, and it's your mom.
My mom? What did she do this time around?
She was acting really weird and cranky this morning. It seemed like she was mad at me, but she won't say why. I'm so worried. Gosh, I haven't been myself all day. Has she been acting a little differently at home?
I'm sorry I didn't tell you this earlier, but she's actually been out of character lately. When I returned from work today, she was looking sour.
Come on, Alex. Your mother is always sour.
No, babe, it's different this time. I've actually never seen that scary look on her face. She went out to dinner and came back looking even worse. Then she locked herself in a room ever since, and she won't let me in.
Geez, that's serious. Do you think this is about the wedding? Maybe she is having cold feet?
What? No, Lucy, you know my mom adores you.
Adores me? That's not true, and you know it. She has always considered me unworthy of you, and she seizes every opportunity to tell me that.
Come on, don't be so harsh on her. Besides, I don't think the reason for her behavior has anything to do with you. Just relax.
Are you sure?
Of course, you're a sweet soul, and she'll get to love you just as much as I do. Just give her a little time.
I can do that. After all, I have endured so much from her just so we can be together. We have come a long way, and I can't afford to lose you.
Lose me? That's never gonna happen.
Lucy, we need to talk.
Hi, Jane. I've been trying to reach you all week. I hope that I haven't been disturbing you with my calls.
Whatever. I owe you no explanation.
It's so obvious that you are bottling up a lot of stuff, and I think it has to do with me. You're mad at me, aren't you? Why won't you just tell me what I did to upset you?
You lied to me and my son.
I did? When was that?
You never said you had a record.
A record? What are you talking about, Jane?
Don't play dumb with me. I'm talking about your criminal record. Why didn't you say you were once in juvie? You spent days in jail because you were caught shoplifting and driving under the influence.
OMG, that was a long time ago, during my teenage years. We thought we were just having fun. It was all pranks back then, but now I know better. I don't live that life anymore.
Once a criminal, always a criminal, Lucy. How could you keep that part of your life a secret from us?
Us? I didn't keep it a secret. Alex knows about my past. I told him everything about me.
He knew who you were and still went on a date with you? You are such a liar.
I made some stupid decisions as a kid, and I paid the price, but all that is in my past now.
Okay, can you also explain the part where you slept with different guys when you were only 16?
That's not true. I need you to trust me. Someone is trying to tarnish my image.
Why would anyone want to do that? Maybe they have a good reason to? Anyway, what matters is that I will not be foolish enough to take a criminal and an easy girl as a daughter-in-law. You're done with Alex, okay?
What do you mean?
You are not getting married to him.
What? You can't be serious.
Watch and see.
Jane, can I come over so we can talk better in person?
No mother will allow her son to marry a criminal. This conversation is over.
Jane, please don't do this. Jane! Please talk to me. You have been ignoring my calls. Jane?
OMG, you are such a menace. I thought I made it pretty clear we want nothing more to do with you.
What did you tell Alex? His number has not been going through, and I've been calling him since yesterday. Is he okay? I'm so worried.
You don't need to be. He blocked you.
What? That's not true. Alex would never do that. Our wedding is tomorrow. He has no reason to block me.
Girl, wake up from your dreams. I asked him to choose between the two of us, and he chose me.
I don't believe you. I trust Alex. Please stop ruining what we have. Alex deserves to be happily married.
What are you talking about? Alex is still getting married.
OMG, you scared me. I need to go now, so I can resume the rest of the wedding arrangements.
You are such a dumbo. I didn't say he's getting married to you. Tomorrow is still his wedding day, but someone else will be his bride.
What? Someone else? How on earth did you find someone to replace me so quickly?
I found a good girl, one that doesn't lie, and one that can take good care of my son. She will be an upgrade from the criminal that you are.
And what does Alex have to say about this?
Nothing so far. I plan to surprise him.
Surprise? Are you saying he doesn't know that there will be another bride tomorrow?
Of course he doesn't. She'll be wearing a veil, and he won't know you're not the one under it until he flips it. And what a beautiful shock that will be.
OMG, you are going to really hurt your son. Do you even care about him?
I am saving him from you. The new bride will be a wonderful girl. I am sure he will get over you very quickly.
Get over me? I thought you said he blocked me and chose you over me.
Well, not exactly. I deleted your number from his phone, then saved a fake number with your name. So when he tries to call you, it won't go through. The same way you can't reach him. I also told him that you didn't want to communicate until the wedding day, so that you guys miss each other a lot, and the event is more exciting.
Jeez, how can you go to such lengths? You are causing us so much pain.
Just shut your mouth. What do you know about pain?
Who is the new bride?
You probably know her. Her name is Dina.
Dina Myers? Are you for real?
Does it look like I am kidding?
Seriously. You are choosing her over me. I bet she was the one who told you about my time in juvie. You accused me of being a criminal, but Dina is even worse.
She's nothing like you. Besides, she didn't actually steal like you. She was framed.
Is that what she told you? I know Dina. She has always been jealous of me and has always wanted what I have. But I'm not letting her take Alex from me. She is just using you.
No one is using me. The wedding will happen tomorrow and you are not invited. I would prefer it if you don't contact me again.
This is not the end, Jane. I promise. Dina, what did I ever do to you?
What are you doing in my DM, Lucy?
You and I know you don't love Alex. So why are you doing this? Why are you spreading lies about me?
Because I hate you. Simple as that. I hate you even more than I did while we were in juvie. You are always acting saintly, as if you were cut from a different cloth, but you are just as bad as the rest of us.
I never claimed I was any better.
But you act like it. Sadly, many people don't see you for what you truly are. You are a cunny and you are a pretender. That little trick of yours is exactly how you got the inmates and prison wardens to like you despite being a shoplifter.
It's not my fault that people like me. Besides, the shoplifting was all your idea. I only followed you because you begged me to. I was actually stupid enough to think we were just having fun. You promised me that you would return the items, but you never did. Next thing I knew, the police was at my doorstep, because the CCTV had caught our faces. And what's the gist about me doing stuff with different men at the age of 16? That's what you did, not me.
Whatever. I will not stop until I take Alex from you. Do you even know how easy it was to turn Jane against you?
That is no feat. She didn't like me from the get-go.
There you go again, downplaying my efforts. You would never admit that I won something.
Won? Has this always been a competition? Whatever this is about, I won't let you ruin my relationship. Mark my words.
The wedding is tomorrow. There's nothing you can do about it.
We'll see.
I have to go now. There's a beautiful dress my mother-in-law wants to show me.
Enjoy the moment while it lasts.
Lucy? Come on, Lucy. I know you're reading this. Answer me.
What is it? You're blowing up my phone.
I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean to.
Oh, did you mean to try to steal my husband, though? Unfortunately, that didn't work out so well for you. Or did it?
What you did took some guts. I didn't know you had it in you.
Guts? It didn't take guts to crash my own wedding. I did what had to be done. It was so beautiful seeing the shock on your face when I walked into the venue wearing my beautiful flowing gown.
Fine, I admit it. You won. It's obvious you guys love each other. And the way Alex pushed me to the ground was really epic.
Oh, just shut up. That is not why you're here. What do you want?
Can you drop the charges against me? Please? How can you sue me for $5,000? Where can I get that?
Get it from whoever or whatever gave you the guts to try to ruin my wedding and lie about me.
I wasn't thinking clearly, okay? I'm sorry.
It's too late for that.
So you can't forgive me?
Forgive you? You tried to humiliate me on my wedding day. You told terrible lies against me and caused me lots of pain. You need to pay for emotional damages.
Come on, Lucy. I made a mistake and I'm sorry. Lucy?
Lucy, dear, how are you doing? How long are you planning to stay mad at me?
Forever, Jane.
Haven't I been punished enough? Alex refuses to talk to me, and you are ignoring my texts and calls.
We want nothing more to do with you.
Come on. You can't say that. I made a mistake, okay? Can we move past that?
How can we move past the fact that you tried to swap me out of my own wedding? You deceived me and your son. Alex is very disappointed in you. How could you do that to your son, all because of your selfish interests? We also know that you won't stop trying to separate us, so it's best we part ways.
I won't ever do that again.
Well, we gave you enough time to change your ways. Ever since I met you, you've never approved of me or whatever I did. I was never good enough. I was either working too much or not working hard enough. I tried so hard to please you, but not anymore. I'm done having you decide how I live my life.
Lucy, don't take my son away from me. I can't live without him. I will be so miserable.
You should have thought about that before you went ahead to break his trust. Besides, I don't make decisions for him. He also decided he wants nothing to do with you anymore. I'm done with this conversation.
Can I at least speak to my son? Just tell him I would like to hear his voice. Lucy, don't do this to me, please. Lucy!
Alex and I moved to a different city and we made every moment count. It felt really good to be away from Jane and her toxicity. As for Dina, the court judged in my favor and she paid for damages. Later on, Jane paid some girl to start flirting with Alex on Facebook, but he didn't fall for her tricks and she eventually confessed. A year later, Alex and I welcomed our sons and we are living our best lives.